Hang on for the ride of a lifetime. From kid to cop.
We all set?
And well beyond, far exceeding even his wildest dreams. Ronald Vaughan Joyce's journey began October 19, 1930, in the village of Tatamagouche, Nova Scotia.
This is where I was born. This is my grandparents' home. Minnie and Arch Jollymore.
Ronnie was the first of Willard and Grace Joyce's 3 children. It was the dirty 30s. The Great Depression left a lasting impression on young Ron.
Poverty or welfare was the norm.
The economic hardship would fall solely on Ron's mother after his father fell off the back of a pickup truck and was crushed to death by an oil drum. Ronnie was just 3. His mother, a widow at age 23. She would raise Ron, his brother Willard, and sister Gwen on her own. They lived in a small house Ron's mother bought for $500. There was no indoor plumbing, no electricity.
There's the mansion I lived in. My brother and I had a little window upstairs. That's where we slept. That was a woodshed back over there, and then there's an outdoor john at the back. Yeah, that's quite a house, isn't it?
You've come a long way.
Along the way, Ron had a dramatic impact on many lives.
This is the Tatamagouche River. I swam a lot here, but that's where I saved one kid's life here.
Ron's classmate, Bobby Foote, couldn't swim. He was wading in shallow water when the current took him out over his head.
He went down, and so I swam out, and then he tried to grab a hold of me, and I'm saying to Bobby, "No, I'm going to push you," so I couldn't. So I'd push him to shore, you know. I pushed him 3 or 4 or 5 times, and finally he got down so he could touch the bottom, and he got out of the water.
Ron got out of Tatamagouche in 1947. He was just 16 when he headed for Hamilton looking for work.
I had saved up $35. You know, I spent $30 in a train ticket, and the $5 was my spending money when I got to Hamilton.
Ron got his first job in Hamilton at American Can Company, earning 85 cents an hour 3 times what he was making in Nova Scotia. He enlisted in the Navy in 1951 when he was just 20. 5 years later, Ron joined the Hamilton Police Department.
When I was a motorcycle police officer, I used to see all these food service places that were just churning, you know, people through. And I kind of fell in love with the food service industry.
So in 1962, Ron bought a Dairy Queen franchise in Hamilton.
I made less than $5,000 as a police officer. The first year, I made $17,000, and that was my part-time job. I said, wow, there's something wrong with this story. So I was hooked.
Next, Ron teamed up with Tim Horton, a defenseman with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Horton had opened a coffee and donut shop on Ottawa Street in Hamilton in 1964. The business was floundering, but Ron had the entrepreneurial spirit to make Tim Hortons a major player in the food service industry. By 1967, he became a full partner with Tim.
He said, we want both take the same salary, and I'll play hockey, and we'll split my hockey salary. So I got half his hockey salary. That's the kind of man he was.
When Tim Horton was killed in a car accident in 1974, Ron lost his business partner and best friend.
I started the Tim Horton Children's Foundation when Timmy died.
Mr. Joyce was the founder of the Tim Horton Children's Foundation, so he started this whole idea to give you all the opportunity to come.
You're welcome, guys.
Yeah.
You're welcome. I was there and we built 6 camps. And that's a legacy I passed on to my family.
Ron's family includes 7 children and 12 grandchildren. Interestingly, Ron Jr. married Jerry Lynn Horton, Tim Horton's daughter.
Ronald V. Joyce.
In 1992, Ron received the Order of Canada. He was recognized for his achievements at Tim Hortons and specifically for his dedication to Tim Hortons Children's Foundation.
His fundraising efforts and personal involvement ensure that thousands of youngsters enjoy a fun-filled camping experience each year. Mr. Joyce.
I used to be pretty good at this, you know.
In 1996, Ron sold Tim Hortons to Wendy's. Ironically, the deal made him the largest single shareholder in the hamburger chain. But Ron remained faithful to donuts.
It's fresh?
Yes?
It better be.
Ron Ron eventually left Tim Hortons in 2001, seeking new challenges. He built Fox Harbor, a world-class golf resort near his hometown of Tatamagouche, pouring millions of dollars back into his native Nova Scotia. He also established the Ron Joyce Foundation. While he gives away millions of dollars to worthy causes, it's his success as a businessman that made it all possible.
How you been?
I've been great. How you doing?
In 1999, Ron was named Canadian Entrepreneur of the Year and inducted into the Canadian Business Hall of Fame.
That's a lot slower than making donuts.
I've never seen anybody who enjoys life more than Ron Joyce.
They're doing a little, I'm doing a little private biography of my life.
From the Prince to the Prime Minister, from Clinton to Kandahar, it has been an incredible journey.
He's a great guy, but he's an ordinary person, and he's down to earth.
I haven't been affected with my wealth, I haven't, but I'm still very grateful that I've had this wonderful opportunity.
Whatever Ron has made from society, he has a real belief that giving back.
Giving is not only something you should do, there's a tremendous reward in it, because I've found in my life, the more I give, the more I get back, and there's an absolute truism.
This billionaire jet setter definitely is reaping the rewards. Whether traveling on one of his private jets, cruising on his luxurious yacht, or venturing out on the waters on his magnificent sailboat, it's always clear sailing from Ron Joyce's vantage point.